Hello, hello, hello. Okay, welcome to the African Fashion Business Summit. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the African Fashion Business Summit. My name is Damilola Demiloko, and I'll be the host on behalf of African Fashion Business Summit. So, we will be having our speakers join us shortly and introducing our speakers. So, let's talk about Africa Fashion Business Summit, shall we? Africa Fashion Business Summit is organized annually by Legendary Gold Limited, but in collaboration with African Union. It has been held annually since 2016 at the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa, and it takes place as one of the activities that marks the African Fashion Reception. To know more about the African Fashion Reception, kindly visit www.africafashionreception.com. Now, Africa Fashion Business Summit is a platform that presents the conversation and execution of business of fashion in Africa. Now, we have positioned ourselves to be the melting point for the entire African fashion ecosystem and all its value chains, such that they interact and find solutions to the various challenges they encounter in the course of doing business, the business of fashion. The African Fashion Business Summit is the connection for both the front and back end of the fashion industry. It brings together fashion entrepreneurs, designers, manufacturers, retailers, investors to a common purpose, right? So, what our goals are, one of our goals is that we want to identify the various challenges that fashion entrepreneurs encounter in the course of running their business across the continent and ensure that we can prefer solutions through our global network, or would I say continental network. Also, we aim to employ technology to support African fashion ecosystem. The industry is now global. The industry is globally recognized. Hence, there's a need to employ the right tools, such as technology, to support fashion entrepreneurs, to support the ecosystem, as a whole. Our goal is also to identify and link innovative fashion startups that need investors to potential financial partners, and ensure partnership, collaboration, and continue conversations in that light. Our goal also is to keep the conversation and practice of sustainable fashion, ethical fashion, clean energy in manufacturing, in the fashion value chain. Now, with all of this, we realize that there's a need to keep the conversation going. To this end, we began the Africa Fashion Business Summit webinars. So, Africa Fashion Business Summit began a series of webinars, a series of masterclasses, a series of interviews. The interviews are strictly focused on brands that are ethical, sustainable, brands that are conscious of the new norms and the new mode of fashion globally, right? So today, our topic for today is on e-commerce, right? We want to discuss the revolutionary impact of e-commerce on the continent industry, fashion industry. How has e-commerce impacted the industry? What's the future of e-commerce in Africa? What are the challenges they are facing? And how would we encourage, collaboration? How would we encourage more startups, fashion tech startups, technologies? How do we encourage a lot of young entrepreneurs in the continent to venture into the e-commerce space, especially preferring solution to fashion? So with me is our first speaker, Mr. Idris Yusuf, who is representing Sokuko. A lot of people are starting to hear about Sokuko. A lot of people are starting to interact with Sokuko. And we're really delighted to have Mr. Idris Yusuf with us. He is the marketing and communication specialist for Sokoko. Now, we will bring him up for him to introduce himself and tell us, about Sokoko, so that we all know so much, as much as possible about Sokoko. Hello, Mr. Idris. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes,
Okay, so we'd really love to hear you introduce yourself and most especially tell us about Sokoko, please.
okay. Good morning. My name is Idris Yusuf, and I'm a marketing and communication specialist at Sukoku. I wouldn't want to waste too much of your time, but I would like to say Sukoku is a continental platform that gives you an opportunity to sell online and engage in your fashion business. For now, you can sell your goods, but you will have the opportunity to sell fashion-related services later in future. But for anything that has to do with trade around fashion, you can reach out to Sokoku, and something can always be worked out for you. So this is a continental platform that will boost intra-African trade as well as serve as an enabler for the AFCFTA, which is the African Continental Free Trade Area. So I would like to stop here for now. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so without further ado, we would like to go ahead with Mr. Idris, who is representing Sokoko Africa, so that he can, present to us his lecture on the, revolutionary impact of e-commerce on the African fashion business industry. Mr. Idris, are you ready for us?
Yes,
Okay. So I'll be sharing the slides. Do I go ahead now?
yes, you can.
All right, fantastic. You have the stage now, Mr. Idris.
Okay, thank you. So basically, I'll move through my presentation. I think that will happen for like 35 minutes. Then there will be a Q&A session for like 20 minutes. So I just need you to listen for now because I'll be going through specific important points that relates to e-commerce in Africa and the opportunities that it avails the fashion sector that people on this call will actually be involved in. So the topic is around the revolutionary impact of e-commerce platform for African designers. Okay, so next screen. This is just a summary of the topics we'll be looking at in this particular presentation. Next screen. So basically, e-commerce is the ability to use the internet platform to sell your products and services. Some include payment and delivery services, as well as some data intelligence services, as well as value-added services, all built into the platform. But basically, any e-commerce store or platform will allow you to be able to display your products as well as its prices and product descriptions to people who want to buy them. So, and this opportunity is just for people to be able to reach you from any part of the world. But you can decide to handle your payment through another channel as well as handle your logistic through another channel. But for some platforms, all is inbuilt into one. And Sokoko gives this opportunity, as we will see later, as we proceed on this presentation. Next slide. So basically, the opportunity e-commerce gives you is that if you're a designer in your store, it gives you an opportunity to scale beyond your physical store. It also gives you an ability to quickly create new products and even test the market with people who would like to be interested in your product. So, what usually happens in the physical store was to create those products physically and maybe manufacture some quantity. Whereas with e-commerce, you could just do a prototype, do some social listening, and you'll be able to know if people are expressing interest on this particular product. Also, it gives you the ability to do B2B sales. So beyond your physical store, people who want to buy wholesale and are in other parts of the world, probably in another country within Africa, will see your product and they will be ready to do business with you. E-commerce gives you all this opportunity. Now, the major value proposition for e-commerce is the ability to reach and to be reached by people in other parts of the world. So it's just this extensive reach with this over 7 billion people in the world, of which we know that fashion is a key part of anything we have to, like food, clothing, fashion, and this apparel and footwear and co, we need them in our everyday life. And people can reach out to you from any part of the world to be interested in your product. Next slide. So we look at the numbers related to Africa. Africa has got 1.3 billion population. It also has a GDP of 3.2 trillion. Also, the level of intra-Africa trade is 18%. So if more African vendors that are on this call get involved in fashion business, that means the intra-Africa trade is likely to be increased and boosted. So there will be more economic growth within the trades we do within Africa. Also, 27% of the population will be connected by 4G by 2025. Also, 65 million there are 55 million mobile users, according to World Bank and EFDB, and there is an estimated $31 billion apparel and footwear market, and that's an Euromonitor research. So these numbers shows us the level of opportunity that we have within Africa sitting with us in the fashion space as we can bring those content online. Next slide. Okay. Sorry.
Do you need
Okay.
any help? Okay.
Yes. I can't see this particular slide, but that's not a problem. Sorry, move to the next slide. Let me just see something.
Okay.
Is the next slide specification and content?
Next slide is what to sell. Product specification and
After
content.
what to sell? After what to sell?
E-commerce pricing.
Okay. Okay. So, hold on. Just 1 minute. Okay. So basically, let me continue. So what to sell? So let me speak about that. What to sell basically has to do with continue. What to sell?
Okay.
So what to sell basically has to do with having specific designs, that are unique enough um, for you to have your voice out there in the industry. So I would say sell unique designs. Now, unique designs are very important because one of the very important factors in fashion is to have uh, to grab the attention of the people. So, and one thing in fashion is about trends that are in, things in vogue. So you need unique designs, you need trending designs, you need to bundle products. So if you make shirts and just shorts alone, you might need to partner with people who make leather products as well. This is an opportunity for you to do partnership with other people. Also, you have to look at the value chain and break down the value chain. So you could evolve yourself in only the fashion aspect, in the packaging aspect of fashion product, maybe making labels, making accessories, even just delivering fashion products or even a fashion blog alone. These are opportunities across the value chain. Also, you can sell for other brands. So you might not even be a manufacturer. Your own is just to market the products that are sold, that are manufactured to market the product that are manufactured by other fashion brands. Also, product specification. You need to be very good at writing good product specifications so that, for instance, the sizes, maybe how to care for the product, the color, the fabric, even the packaging, or ethical manufacturing that the whole world is particular about nowadays. Yeah, maybe ability to recycle the product. All this detailed in your product specification. Then you need to take good photos and videos of such products, and this is very important in when you are handling what to sell. You need to be able to match what you want to sell with detailed description of those products. Next slide. Okay, now e-commerce pricing. You need to ensure that all your costs associated with production are well taken care of. So you probably need to list them so that you capture all of them. Also, you need to do your unit economics, which has to do with the value of each part of the production, especially on a particular product. So, for instance, if you are making a shirt and you are making a shirt for $10 and you are packaging it with $1, your the least shipping fee or moving to the warehouse is about $2. These are individual costs on this particular product. You need to be able to know these numbers so that at the end of the day, you are actually pricing your product very well. Uh, Avoid race to the bottom. So, online, probably a design you made, someone is making it, and you're trying to engage in a price war. What price war does is that it makes you kill your profit, continue to fight on price, and this might just lead to a business that is not profitable at the end of the day. Also, you can use the 2x, 3x, 4x pricing model. So this has to do with probably when you look at all your costs, after looking at all the cost involved in manufacturing a particular product, maybe it's $20. You multiply by two, you sell at $40. Now, the $20 margin is not your profit because, even being on this call, or marketing your product all have cost associated with it. So at the end of the day, you see that this margin is asking for more cost that you have not captured. So you can use the 3x, 4x pricing model. Ensure profitability through markets and design. Now, if you are in a very competitive market, you can move your crowd. You can move to another set crowd. For instance, if Lagos is too competitive, you move to uh, you target people in Abuja. If Nigeria is becoming competitive, you target people in Ghana. If you don't want to target by market, you move through unique new designs or mashing up designs, various designs into something creative. Also, know your gross margin and net margin. Yes, your gross margin, these are like your cost related to like your EBITDA before tax, interest, amortization, and co. So this is just the revenue minus the cost. But that doesn't capture your revenue because at the end of the day, you pay tax and some other associated costs, which happens yearly. But for the normal costs, those ones happen maybe monthly or weekly like logistics, packaging material, marketing, those happen daily. But at the end of the year, there will be maybe an annual tax or income tax. All of this, you must be able to factor it into your finance so that at the end of the day, you are making a profit. Um, you give moderate discounts on high orders so that because someone is ordering 1,000 copies does not mean you kill the whole profit. So that at the end of the day, you'll be able to run the business profitably. Next slide. Packaging, okay. So depending on your product or depending on the nature of the thing you are shipping, uh, most fashion products will fit into boxes or polymailers. So especially shoes, we want to use boxes, and for clothing materials, polymailers are very good, except if they are you need to care more for them. Brand them if you can afford it, so that your information, your logo, and co are actually on them. Also, ensure your contact details, website, and other links on these designs, so that it helps you to keep the communication on, so that when somebody even sees your packaging in future, you can still reference and communicate or contact you for more sales. You can add the free catalog that is printed or PDF format. Uh, you can give a call voucher or something, a small gift that allows them to come back and give you a review. So after the review, you can give them the gift. The reviews, they help to attract other people as a form of testimonial that your product is good, and probably the design is fine when they try to put it on. Okay. Also, you can, because caring for fashion materials is very important for them to be durable. So you can help them with how to care for specific materials. As some people feel you take care of specific materials, or sorry, all materials the same way. Whereas with this special material, you can lecture the user on what to do, and this actually increases connection between you and them. If there is a need to pad the container, please do so. So, there's some materials, or fashion products you will ship. And if you don't ship them the right way, when they get to the destination, it might be deformed. If you need to pad them, maybe it's a shoe, so that it doesn't appear bent and cool during delivery, you need to make sure that everything is well packaged and sent across appropriately. Next slide. Okay, so branding. Branding goes beyond your logo and design. So it's the perception that people have. Maybe, for instance, if you just mention Nike or you mention Adidas or any of these brands, you know that once people mention your name, you just have to do so much such that that name rings in their head. Once it's mentioned, they associate it with quality. That's one thing branding will really do for you. So it goes beyond just the design and the logo. Also be brand centric and not just product centric. So many people design good shoes, bags, and cool, but you need to tag the name alongside and let people know more of your brand. So what happens is that with brand, you can move farther than product, because anybody can imitate and create your product. But the reason why they will choose you over every other brand is because of that quality and that power that is attached to it in their mindset. Now, okay, one of the ways you can increase your brand power is through constant and consistent communication. You need to continue to communicate, and you need to continue to communicate content, relevant content, maybe even how to take care of fabrics or new designs. And this is one of the way to stay on top of the mind of your followers. Have a good note. Okay, yeah, when brand names are too long, some people find them difficult. So don't let your branding be too long. Just keep it short, simple, and that is one that is memorable. Ensure your details across all channels are the same. So you are bearing a name on Instagram, on Sokoku, and just one name across all channels. This helps This helps to actually know that it's you, and that is your brand name across all channels, and you are usually discoverable. You can read about branding and outsourcing from other channels, and this will help you to increase your knowledge. Next slide. Okay, so in the value chain, it's endless. You can be a designer, pattern drafting, an investor, logistics, blogs, modeling, influencer, packaging, equipment, maintenance, even sales of tools, and even just fashion photography, which is a whole big industry on its own. Because as new products come out every day, there is a need to capture great images and videos of all these products. So you can choose a particular niche, a particular sector within the value chain and invest on it or take it as your own business. Next slide. Okay, now it's good to have great products, but for people to know about your product, you need to push it. And in the e-commerce space, one thing you will always need to know is digital marketing. So you need to be strategic, and you need to know what digital marketing means to you. So you need to get the word out there consistently and online and offline, maybe through flyers, some flyers via offline that tells people about your website. Even in front of your store, you can have your website printed in front of your shop in a very fashionable way. Then online also, maybe you have a blog or you have a store, you have a WhatsApp group that you also put the word out there. Because in the world today, a lot of people are online on social media. Hello?
We're here. We're with you.
Okay. Okay. So, and because of so much noise online, you need to consistently communicate with the world, like daily. Maybe it's just 30 minutes or 1 hour every day. It's okay. And you keep that consistency up. Um, Okay, now you can leverage on the continental platform like Sukoku, which is continental. So the advantage of the marketplace is that everybody across the continent will see your product and will be able to connect with you. So you are doing less of the work while Sukoku is doing a lot of marketing for you. So these are some of the opportunities that you can leverage on. Um, your content carries a lot of weight, so you have to be very strategic about your content. You need to have a good strategy. You need to complement with. You need to collaborate with brands. That complement what you do, and you need to share your link and content daily. Next slide. So for logistics and payments, now if you do digital marketing, you've created a product, you need to move the product, so it's logistics. But definitely you're not giving your product for free because it's going to be paid for. So that's where payment comes in. So you need to keep a list of people that you can use to deliver your product for Sukoku, DHL, and Ethiopian Airlines partners for Sukoku. But also, if you get another on Sukoku, you're also free to use in your own delivery company that can move it within your country or outside of your country. So you are free to do that. For payment, you can use any payment platform. Uh, any payment platform that is trusted. And also, I would like to mention something here. You need to have a process in place that actually protects you against fraud. Because some people come online today, they basically want to come and defraud entrepreneurs. So with maybe saying they've paid and sharing screenshot and co. So you have to be very careful so that you're not defrauded. Also, Sokoko has got a trust that is an escrow platform that allows you to a customer to pay you. Then when the item is well delivered, your money is released to you so that everybody is safe at the end of the day. And there's an e-dispute resolution layer too that helps to resolve any disputes that might come up. Thank you. So next slide. So I'll quickly move to Sokoku value proposition. For you, for Nigerians or people from other countries on this call, Sokoku will serve as a B2B platform for you to sell to other businesses in other countries. It will also serve as a B2C platform for you to sell to people within your country. So you can sell retail within your country and sell wholesale to other businesses in other countries. It's all allowed. Also, it's designed to boost intra-Africa trade and encourage SMEs as well as encourage a lot of made in Africa products. So you're highly welcome to join Sokoku. Uh, Also, the way it is built, national tax systems are considered. So if your transactions are on Sokoku, for instance, sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, if your transactions are on Sokoku, for instance, it settlement of your tax and some financials can actually be done with tax authorities, so that you don't need to worry yourself too much about dealing with tax institutions. This is inbuilt in the platform. There is an ecosystem of financial institutions also around Sokoku platform to offer financial opportunities. Also, um, electronic trade and e-dispute system is inbuilt into Sokoku. So, if there is an issue between a buyer and a seller, it will be well resolved by Sokoku online, and it will be transparent to both parties. Now, your data will be stored within Africa. So, there are some other platforms that take data out of Africa. For Sokoku, your data will be within Africa and well governed here. So you can be rest assured of it's not a foreign company. It's a company built by Africans and Africans in diaspora for the growth of Africa. Next slide. Okay. Okay. So Sokoku encourages women and youth to take a part in trade and become entrepreneurs. It's an all-inclusive platform. So I want to encourage you to be part of it. At the same time, Mr. Adile and the team can share a link to the ongoing competition for entrepreneurs that is ongoing. The link will be shared with I think can be shared after this call. You can be part of it. 150 businesses will be sponsored to the Intra-Africa Trade Fair in November in South Africa, Durban, South Africa. Um, no, okay, yeah. Sokoku does not discriminate on commodities, so you can actually sell anything on Sokoku as long as it's allowed to be shipped from the country of origin. If you are already having a physical store, Sokoku allows you to have an online store, and it's very easy for you to merge these two on Sokoku. If you also sell 100% online, there is I've mentioned before, and the two logistic partners we have DHL and Fly Ethiopian Air. Also for secure payment, we have a AE Trust, and that can be used as an escrow payment. So I've mentioned that. And there's also an e-learning platform that allows you to learn specific courses that are related to business, like changing the mindset, as well as growth for SMEs. And this can be accessed once you are a vendor on Sokoku. Thank you very much for the short presentation.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was
Sorry,
quite.
you can go to the next slide. Let me just say something, please.
Okay, fantastic. Be with you in a minute. There you go.
Yes. So this link can be used to register as a vendor on Sokoku, and you can get the link from Mr. Deleye, legendary code, the team organizing this event. They will give it to you, and you can register your store, your free store on Sokoku. Thank you.
Okay. So first of all, would like to say thank you for the presentation. It was quite detailed, and thank you for keeping to time. So for everyone listening, this is the link right here on the screen. Would also ensure that we share this link on all our social media platforms and to all the contacts we have on our database. Now, we would like to go straight to the question and answer session. I just have a quick one to ask you, Mr. Idris.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so is there a form of advertisement going on to promote Sokoko? Because I'm asking this because, right now we are in the peak seasons where e-commerce is here to stay. E-commerce is here to stay. E-commerce is here to solve a lot of problem for Africa and Africans. And, then there are a few competitive platforms, a few competitive e-commerce platforms in Africa, but from your description and then, of Sokoko, it seems like Sokoko is actually like, is it right to say Amazon for Africa? Because it seems like you are open to all kinds of products and all kinds of services. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay, so are there advertisements ongoing about Sokoko at the moment?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. There are campaigns on, and it's like daily to get more Africans to know about Sukoko brand as well as the product on Sukoko. Because it's a marketplace, there are many avenues. You need to get people who are also qualified and also let me say a class of people who are willing to pay. So as these campaigns are on, there are merchants that have started getting some level of interest and traction around interest in their product. So this is, in an e-commerce place. I also want to say in marketing online, it's not like it happens the first time, but a series of persistent push or campaign continues to add to sales. So as the traction grows on Sokoko, more vendors on Sokoko will continue to get orders. At the same time, there are events. Sokoko is not standing alone. Sokoko is collaborating with many partners to ensuring that.
Can you mention some of these partners? If
Okay,
that's
so for instance, Sokoko has got a very good partnership with the African Union. It's got a very good partnership with FEWASI, which the Pan African. That's the Federation of West African Chamber of Commerce.
Yes. Okay.
With the East African Chamber of Commerce, the Pan African Chamber of Commerce, Gemini Africa, African Standards also, which is the African Standards Organization. Also, there are some development partners which are on the list of partners of Sokoko. So those are just institutional partners. The private sector, there are also groups, women groups and youth groups that Sokoko is establishing more partnerships with to get more words out there.
Okay.
So a lot of work is going on that.
Okay. So my next question. Okay, before I ask the questions I've written down from the presentation, I'm just going to share from one of the participants. She says, "What sort of products are available on Sokoko?" Okay, I think you mentioned it. You described that earlier. Okay, but can you answer that just briefly?
Yeah, anything can be sold on Sokoko as long as it is made in Africa.
As long as it is made in Africa. So that's the only criteria for anything to be sold on.
Yes, made in Africa. Yes, made in Africa.
So it doesn't matter so is it possible for an European to produce certain things in Africa? Will such a person sell on the platform? Or is it just, do you see what I mean? Is it made in Africa by Africans or just made in Africa?
Okay, so you see, the concept of Made in Africa is to generate jobs. And I would say, let me answer the question straight first. If you're an European in Africa and making products within Africa, you are qualified. You understand? But you know also that that there's already a clause that has happened before that layer. So that's like you have created job. Probably you're going to be paying tax. So there is something that Africa is getting at the end of the day. But you can't
Okay.
be outside Africa and ship to an African, maybe be on Sokoko and ship. No, that is not what Sokoko is focused on. You have to be, it's focused on boosting intra-African trade as well as enabling the FCFT.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay, so the next same person is saying, what advantages do fashion entrepreneurs hope to gain from selling on Sokoko? Okay, let
So,
me put that out
sorry,
again.
can you repeat that?
Says, what advantages do fashion entrepreneurs hope to gain? Fashion entrepreneurs hope to gain from selling on Sokoko. Hi everyone,
Okay,
it's Sokoko, not Sokoko. Please get the spelling right. Okay, please go ahead.
okay. So basically, for fashion entrepreneurs, the advantage fashion entrepreneurs have is that in a marketplace like Sokoko, uh, there are periodic push for specific categories of products. Now, the good thing in a marketplace like Sokoko is that because of other categories of products, other people, other interest groups come to look for specific products on Sokoko, but they get to also meet the fashion product. And there is nobody that doesn't make use of one fashion product or the other.
Yeah,
So,
true.
so if you're coming in because of interior decoration and you meet the fashion products on Sokoko, that's a great plus. If you are coming in for food products as well as other raw materials, you're coming in and you're discovering African products. And you see, most of the people who do these searches, they already have interest in made in Africa, and that is a plus to fashion people on this call.
Okay, so somebody's asking, how are payments processed on Sokoko? Yeah, our payments processed. This is from Precious Eagle. It says our payments processed on Sokoko.
Okay, so basically, if you get payment, okay, two ways. If it's another within your country, you can just settle with your buyer, probably with a bank, a local bank. Or if it's a cross-border payment, then you will need the person can pay through the local bank. There is a partner, EcoBank, that there's the AE Trust, and we also have the EcoBank as a partner. So the person does not need to procure dollar. The person just needs to pay in local currency. Then the money is moved to escrow, then settled on the other side. So that is it. And it does not, it can be done via a card. So your local card, you can use it to pay into that local bank account, and it will be moved to escrow. So you don't need to deal with cash and you don't need dollar to do cross-border payments. As long as your orders are coming from Sokoko, so everything
Super.
can be managed by the platform.
Okay. Fantastic. So I have a question. Is Sokoko mobile friendly? There are a lot of people who have attempted, at least feedbacks from a few persons who have attempted shopping on some African e-commerce platforms, and they find it difficult. You know, they don't find it easy to use when it comes to mobile versions of certain e-commerce websites. So e-commerce platform. So is Sokoko, is it mobile friendly? Is it easy to access and navigate different pages and payments on mobile phones?
Okay. So straight answer to that is yes, it is. So right from the affiliate pages to the user pages to the vendor upload pages, all I can tell you all are mobile friendly. All
Okay.
are mobile friendly. And if there is any part, because Sukuku listens to feedback. If there is any part you would like any improvement, just send an email to info@sokoku.africa. Info@sokoku.africa. But right now, I can tell you and let you know that all these three, maybe vendor, user, or any part of the main components of the platform, they are all mobile friendly.
Okay. Okay. So I have two more questions to ask you, and I think we'll just round it up there. Someone says, you mentioned Ethiopian Airlines and DHL as your logistic partners. Do you have partnership with local logistic companies as well? Okay, I think I totally agree with this question. So, aside Ethiopia Airline and DHL, do you have local partnerships? E.g., if you have deliveries within Lagos or within Nigeria, do you have partnerships with Nigerian logistic companies or in Ghana or in Ethiopia or in South Africa? Do you have such packages or you strictly work with just DHL and Ethiopian Airlines?
Okay, so I'll say let me give an hint into the mid-term long-term plan. The mid-term long-term plan is actually to have A logistics to be smart logistics. So
To be
it's actually going smart logistics.
AE Logistics, to be smart
A,
logistics.
yes, to be. Let me put it as it is smart. It is smart logistics. Now let me explain what that's all about. Um, if you I don't know if you are aware that Sukuku just named the East African headquarters. There are 5 hubs of Sukuku in Africa. In the five,
We have, we have 5 orbs of Sokoko. Yeah.
okay, like
I can't hear you
geopolitical zones.
clearly. Okay, geopolitical zones. Yes. I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. Now, the headquarters of Sukuku will also be in Rwanda, and that decision, the new home was announced like 2 days ago. So these hubs are to be able to make sure that logistics and operations are actually well uh, uh, localized within Africa, as well as country offices. Now, for the logistic which the person has asked for, the plan is actually to bring as many third-party logistics on board, apart from Ethiopian Airlines and DHL, so that even if you have a bicycle, you can actually be on the network of Sokoku. So, but for now, you are free to use any of those patterns that you know already works. They are not on the system now, but that is the plan to bring all of them on board so they can link up with the central system.
Okay. That's fantastic. That is like an ecosystem on its own. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this question is here. What are the charges for sellers on Sokoko, especially fashion?
Okay. So basically, you don't. It's not. The charges on Sokoku are not based on categories. They are based on the quantity of product you upload and the amount of transaction you do on monthly basis.
Okay, can you
Um,
can you,
uh,
can you break that down a little? Can you give us an example, please? So if I'm a fashion designer and I upload
if
20
you
dresses,
no, if
okay,
you're a fashion designer and you register now, you'll be
okay,
able to upload up to 30 products for free, and there is a particular percentage in transaction fee if you have any transaction that has to do with the system, but it is free. Once your item is more than that, I think the next package is bronze. No, the next package is silver.
Can we take it all over again? Once you register on Sokoko right now, right, you have access to all the services for free. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, via the bronze plan.
Okay, so the bronze plan covers what? Free uploading, marketing, sales,
Yes, up to 30 products.
30 products. And on those 30 products, do I take away 100% of my profit?
If you are handling the payment and logistics yourself.
Okay. But if I'm leaving the payment and logistics to Sokoko, then it would incur charges, right?
The payment will incur charge.
Okay. All right. So the next package after bronze is silver, right?
Yes, that one is
Okay.
$10 per month. You'll be
So
able
that
to upload up to 1,000 products.
okay, and that's you're charged monthly $10.
Yes,
Okay.
but
All right. So
the best is the platinum. I think you'll be able to upload 100,000 products, and your transaction fee is just I think 1% or so.
wow. 1% of your monthly sales.
No, 1% of the transaction fee. You know, the transaction fee is it incurs cost in
Yes,
international payment. So the more the more it is discounted. But if you
understood.
know you can handle payment on your own, you don't need to pay Sokoko anything.
True. Okay. That's understood. Well understood. Okay. So I do not think that there's any more question left for us to answer. Okay, I think you answered all the questions. And Mr. Idris, I'd like to say that you you've done a fantastic job this morning. Thank you so much for sharing with us all that you have about Sokoko. I implore fashion entrepreneurs, I implore fashion designers to embrace this platform and explore a new way of selling to Africa and selling to the world. I would like to ask one last question. So if I put my products on Sokoko right now and people from other continents order my product, it means that right from Africa, right from my home country or wherever I'm located in Africa, my product goes out of the continent to those customers, right? And Sokoko can actually handle the whole process from the beginning to the end. Is that right? That's what this means, right?
Yes,
Okay. So
yes. All you need to do is that at any particular point you need any help or anything to help you with information, just send an email or to the WhatsApp number on the website. You'll be well attended to.
okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Idris Yusuf. Thank you for joining us today. Do you have any question for AFBS? Do you have any question for your audience? Is there anything in particular you'd like to hear from them, that would help you, meet their needs properly? We could put it up as a survey question and then share the feedbacks with you. Do you have any question like that?
What I would like to say is that just two things.
Okay.
They should come on board. One. Number two, if there is any part they think can be made better on the platform, they should feel free to send in their feedbacks to info@sokoko.africa.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
we
Fantastic.
welcome all feedback.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Idris, for joining us. We'll stop sharing your slide right now. And
I
thank you so
appreciate all
much.
of you.
Thank you. We appreciate you too. Thank you for putting in so much effort in promoting Sokoku. We trust that, a year from now, the platform will be well known across the continent and that many designers, many entrepreneurs in Africa would be on board and enjoying all the benefits that comes with, Sokuku Africa. Thank you
By
once
God's
again
grace.
for joining us. All right, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank
All right, guys. So we had with us the communication. We had with us Mr. Idris, the Sokuku marketing and communication specialist, and I think that he did a fantastic job with the presentation. Oh, we have another question coming in. It says, from your experience, what are the main challenges from African designers that stop the expansion of e-commerce in fashion? Wow. So this is what we're going to do, Jonathan. We're going to forward your question, right, to the speaker, and trust that he will be able to prefer answers to your questions privately. Kindly send us your email and we will get the answers across to you. If you have more questions, you can put them together in the body of your email and we will get the answers across to you. Our next speaker is presently unavailable, and we're going to spend time together for a few minutes and trust that he can join us. Presently he's unavoidably absent for a few reasons. Okay. Oh, Donna, thank you for sharing your email with us. And okay, we've noted that down and we will get your answers across to you. Or you can, I will just post our email address and just send your questions to me directly. I'm putting up my email address. Kindly send for everybody watching this webinar, kindly share your questions with us. If you still have questions, that's my email address. Send your questions in. We'll put together the answers and, respond to you accordingly. So we're supposed to have Mr. Molai Teboa with us now. Mr. Molai Teboa is the co-founder of Afrikia and Anchor. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of people know Afrikia and the newly launched Anchor project. And we're going to wait a few more minutes to, welcome Mr. Molai, and we'll take it from there. Thank you everyone for participating so far in the webinar session. Thank you everyone for putting up your questions and sharing your questions with us. E-commerce in Africa is evolving. A lot of e-commerce platforms are beginning to, overcome many of the challenges that the continent, many of the challenges that they had when they all started. We have so many e-commerce platforms now. We have Sokuku, we have Afrikia, we have Anchor, we have More for Africa, we have Designers Mall, Africa's Designers Mall. I can go on and on. And many of these platforms are unique in themselves, but they offer efficient and premium, services for business to business, that is for service-oriented transactions and also for product-oriented transactions. And the future of fashion is actually digital. The future of fashion is actually electronic. So if you're a fashion designer, a fashion entrepreneur, and you're not selling on any platform at the moment, I implore you to do that. I implore you to get on board and, take advantage of, the e-commerce platforms. They are preferring solutions, especially in areas of logistics. And I think for me, that is the one big problem that many fashion entrepreneurs have, how to get their products from their local, environment to the international scene. So, for example, Sokuku they have partnership with Ethiopian Airline and DHL. DHL is everywhere. DHL is global. DHL can reach any country, any person, anywhere. So I implore you to come on board and join, as many e-commerce platforms as possible. Join Sokoko. Sokoko has a lot to offer because they're supported by a lot of initiatives. They have a lot of partnerships. They have the Federation of West African Chamber of Commerce. They have AFSO. They have a lot of partners, private partners, and governmental partnerships that will be of benefit to many fashion entrepreneurs. So at this point, while we wait for, can anybody hear me? Okay, yes, back. Okay, at this point, while we wait for our speaker, okay, so while we wait for our speaker, seems like our speaker is unavoidably absent, like I said earlier. Done our best to reach him, but is at the moment not with us. And we do look forward to another, like a continuation of this topic. And we trust that Mr. Molai Teboa will join us and, share with us his success story with Africa, share with us his the goals and vision of Anchor and, their plans for fashion entrepreneurs across Africa. Till next time, my name is Damlola Temlokum, the host of African Fashion Business Summit webinars. I implore you to follow our social media handle. Typing in this is Instagram. Kindly follow us on our social media platforms and follow us on Instagram so that you can stay in tuned with stay updated with all of our events, webinars, masterclass, and Instagram live sessions. If you have designers who deserve to be interviewed, if their brands have brand aesthetics, ethical, sustainable, slow fashion, handmade in Africa, kindly employ them to follow us on our Instagram handle, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter handle. And they could get a chance to be featured on our Instagram live interview session. Till next time, my name is Damlala Demloku, and bye-bye.